I'm here on the streets of Bristol, just trying to make the world a tinsy bit of a better place. Excuse me, you could call me like a pop-up agony aunt, a problem solver. Oh, hang on, I'm not going to shout though, is that all right? Oh, I don't know, I'll just work it out. Okay, I'm just trying to help people here. I'm trying to make the world a better place. A little bit like your mother, but better. Welcome to Becky's Life Hacks.
I only see you when it's all the way, and you're convinced that I am your best friend, and we both dream.
Excuse me, can I ask you something? I think this man has a problem. Oh no, that's the wrong thing to say. Excuse me, I think I can help this lady. I can help you. Excuse me. I know this is really like weird, but I'm kind of like a pop-up agony aunt, and I was wondering if I can help you with any problem that you've got in your life.
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, well, thank you. This is Nigel. Now, Nigel, you worked for the Bristol Post for...
I was first of all with the Clevedon Mercury in the 1960s for 4 years.
Yeah.
Then I joined the Bristol Evening Post. I was with them for 17 years.
17 years?
And then I started my own PR company, which I ran down in Lincoln for another 17 years.
Yeah. It's great. How do you cope? Because obviously as a journalist, I would imagine that you hear a lot of bad news stories, that you hear a lot of things happening. How do you cope with, you know, getting over that stuff and difficult people? Like, what's your strategy for coping with difficulties?
What you do, you become the witness. You stand back and you look at yourself. It's not difficult to become the witness. You just remove yourself to the top of a lamp standard or something, or you sit yourself on the shelf and you look at yourself and you watch the situation. So you don't take it on board, you watch it. And as you watch it, the calmness will come to you.
And I certainly know that with my own work, because I hear awful stories as well, because it's one of my jobs as a therapist. And one of the things that I do, and you're going to laugh at this, I believe that we take a lot of emotion into our physical body, and it can be held in the body itself. So you know how kids do this thing where you'll get a kid, and you know when you tell them that they can't have ice cream, and they go like this, and they kind of shake, don't they? And then they go ha and storm off. Okay, you've seen like little kids do that.
Of course, I've had 3 of my own.
Right. Well, I do that. No, I'm really not joking. This is something that I do because I believe that tension and kind of like, you know, the emotions form like an energy in your body. So what I do is I wag on my knees backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, and then, you might not want to hear this, I get to a certain point and I clench my butt cheeks and pull my arms back and I let out this very loud ha. And what it does is it releases all of that tension out of my body and kind of like out of the vocal cords. Do you know what? I feel much better afterwards. I'm asking the people of Bristol, how are you feeling? Margaret sent in an email to Becky's Life Hacks and she has said, I keep getting walked all over. How can I get people to actually respect my boundaries? Okay, well, boundaries are a really good one because when we say things to people, people tend to sometimes take offence when we tell them what it is that we want them to do. So try using these words. It's not okay with me. So that can be about anything. So it's not okay with me that you put your feet on the seats. It's not okay with me that you're asking me to work late. It's not okay with me. And what you're basically saying by saying it's not okay with me is you're not being accusational against them. You're not saying you can't put your feet on the seats or you can't tell me to work late, because people tend to back up resistance to that. So by saying it's not okay with me, you've got a real good opportunity for creating some very strong boundaries, because nobody can reply to that. It's not okay with you, so what? Nobody can reply to that. There's not much anyone else can say. You're just talking about your personal preferences, and your personal preferences, they're your boundaries. If you want to get your own life hack, then head over to my website, beckywalsh.com, and if you want to know where I'll be popping up around Bristol, then you can follow me on Twitter on beckywalsh.com.